Hello and welcome to another episode of Payday Passive. It's been a couple of weeks since I finished the quote campaign, and now I am back. The series is not over just yet. I still need to cover the other heists featured in the game, such as the Halloween heists, Safe House Nightmare, Lab Rats, Prison Nightmare, and Cursed Kill Room. These were added as limited time heists until later when they were added forever. These heists are not in the career mode, as I believe they are classified as nightmares, such as the heist's introduction information titled Wake Up. I also intend to cover the alternate days to heists such as Election Day, where you can get a different level if you fail on day 1, the Safe House Raid, and also covering the recently added DLC maps, as Payday 3 is coming in September. I want to completely go through this game and attempt every heist without killing anyone, so let us begin. Before we start, I want to give an update on some recent events. A couple of weeks ago, I was skiing and had an unfortunate accident which resulted in a grade 3 tear, which is tearing my ACL. So for the time being, I'm going to be playing and recording the Payday 2 DLC passive runs and just playing games. I'm going to be streaming them on YouTube, so if you're interested, make sure to tune in and say hi. We start at the beginning, the original Safe House Nightmare. This was the first event for Payday 2, releasing on Halloween in 2013. And once a week had passed, the heist was removed and then returned the following year, until 2017 when it was added permanently. For Payday veterans, the old layout of the safe house is very nostalgic. The main objective is save your money, which sounds simple enough, and it is. If you count the never-ending spawn of cloakers and headless dozers. I got very lucky with a self-repairing drill, so when the dozers kicked it, within a matter of seconds, it repaired itself and the heist continued. Also, this heist has some RNG to it. The heist can have a matter of different elements to it. The roof might shock you if you jump into it, there might be fire on the floor, blocking your view, the screen could fade to black every couple of seconds. These elements are by far my favourite part of the heist, as it changes the way you play every time. After surviving for a couple of minutes, the vault opens, I bag my money, and make my way through the old safe house upstairs. This is very nostalgic. I move the bags to the van, and I'm not even going to ask what's going on here. I make my way to my bed, wake up, and finish Safe House Nightmare with 0 kills. Next up is a personal favourite of mine, Lab Rats. This is the second Halloween event, released in 2015. This heist is a horror fan's dream, with references galore. Every time you load into the heist, Bane says some line which refers to a different horror film, which I, as a fan of horror, really enjoy this. I do change my loadout to an SMG and grenades, as they are surprise tools that will help me later. The heist starts with me being in a van, then the doors come down revealing a bulldozer which I just simply run past. I grab an ephedrine pill and start the cooking process. A plane flies by and drops all the ingredients for me. While I'm collecting these bags, the keen eyes among you would know where the heist takes place, in the house of day 1 rats or cook-off. Bane starts letting me know what ingredients I need. I need 3 of each, as I'm adding small amounts each time. As I'm collecting the bags, I realise there is a lot of cops around me, so I throw a flashbang. But I swapped my flashbangs for grenades. I realised what I did and restarted. After swapping my throwable and collecting all the bags again, and adding the correct ingredient to the correct container, the meth is cooked. But I can't move this massive tray of meth by myself, I'm way too small, so I use my SMG to shoot the pieces into smaller pieces and then throw them off the table. Then I called in the helicopter for extraction and escaped Lab Rats with 0 kills. Next up is Prison Nightmare, released in 2016. This is fun, yet occasionally very tough to do. I wake up in front of a prison gate, and I make my way down some stairs. Then the Necrocloaker appears and he makes his return, as he can be found in lab rats. The Necrocloaker places the Wheel of Misfortune, and I place a drill on it and the wheel starts spinning. It lands on one of the many items on the wheel. For this first spin, I got Dozer, so a headless Dozer spawns. Next up, I got Flames, so the Necrocloaker comes up with a giant for us, or normal sized for him, flamethrower, and he lights some of the platform on fire. Then it was waiting down the timer and grabbing the keycard. I then made my way into the prison entrance and used the keycard on the gate. I then made my way to the next wheel and repeated the process. Then this happened. I don't know, man, this map is old. Once I got the keycard, I made my way into the main area of the prison and unlocked the cloaker's loot bags. I secured some of them before they exploded, and then I repeated the cycle again. Once I got this keycard, I used it to escape. The prison lights on fire, and I make my way to the train. Once on board, I needed some C4, so some spawned. Once placed, the C4 explodes, allowing me to escape. But I first throw Houston a very heavy bag of Elmer's toast, and then I woke up, finishing Prison Nightmare with 0 kills. The final Halloween heist for today is Cursed Kill Room, added in 2017. This heist, much like the 3 previous ones before it, strongly imply that this is a bad dream the player and you have when Halloween comes around. This heist takes place in the Safe House Kill Room, which is accessible by upgrading John Wick's area to level 3. For this heist, I bring my trusty Peacemaker, as it's a surprise tool that will help me soon. I wake up and press a button, which starts the timer. The timer starts from 5 minutes and counts down. Around the small map is the safe, which I need to be around for 60 seconds. If I leave this area, it deducts time from me, and I don't want that just yet. Also, the reason I bought the pistol is for these guys. Cutouts of cops, which add time to the timer, and I don't want to risk charging the bow, as I could get tased and kill someone. There are also civilian ones which deduct time. The Necrocloaker also appears, but just to spawn snipers, which the AI take care of. Then, once the time is done, the safe will open, throwing 4 bags of cloaker cocaine onto the ground. Once all the bags have been secured, I run back to the start and loop around, starting this whole process again. I repeated the process another 3 times, as I need to crack 4 safes to unlock a mask of my choosing. Once I've done 4 loops, I can choose a mask. I choose this one because it's funny looking, then I run the timer out, make my way to the start, and press the button to finish Cursed Kill Room with 0 kills. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, aside from Safe House Nightmare, these Halloween heists, much like the Christmas heists, can be played indefinitely, excluding Stealing Christmas. Next up is a bonus heist, Safe House Raid, added in 2016 as part of the Hoxton Housewarming Party. This is a random event which happens when you load up CrimeNet. After clicking on the icon, you can either let the crew handle it, in which a raid immediately stops and you're allowed to visit your safe house, or you can choose the difficulty and help defend the raid. This is somewhat a fun experience, but a good addition nevertheless. I choose Overkill difficulty and load in. The raid begins with missing textures, and I find the money pile, which is the main objective to defend. After finding it, I place my AI as close as I can to it and do the old reliable strat of sitting behind cover and letting my AI do all the hard work for me. And after 3 waves of enemies, the ending of this heist is somewhat confusing, as Bane announces, now we need to make sure no one knows what happened here. So, let me get this straight. The police launched a raid on the safe house, but they didn't know it was the Payday gang's safe house. So they launched a massive police assault 3 times against us and lost 165 plus 172 plus 144 plus 11 plus 7, which makes 499 dead police officers and or special enemies. And I guess no questions were asked, and none of the families of the police who were killed want an answer as to how their loved ones met their end. I don't know what Bane is going to do with a phone call to try to cover this up, but he somehow does it, and the raid ends with me having 0 kills. During editing, even the Payday wiki agrees with how unbelievable it is, but hey, this game features magic powers and otherworldly artifacts, and shadow cloakers, so I guess I'll let this slide. And that brings this bonus episode of Payday Passive to an end. I will be streaming in the next couple of days, so if you want to chill and come and say hello, come stop by. But thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.